Welcome to Everyday Dharma Talks, where silence becomes insight. I remember a time when my world felt small and gray, walled in by the vibrant lives of others. I lived in a small apartment with a window that looked out onto the back of another building. My days were a monotonous rhythm of work, a quiet dinner and scrolling through my phone before sleep. It was during these nightly scrolls that the poison would seep in. I had a friend from university, Alex. His life, at least through the curated lens of social media, was a masterpiece of success and adventure. One post showed him on a mountaintop, arms outstretched, the caption reading, "Breathing in the freedom." Another featured a celebratory dinner at a restaurant I could never afford, clinking glasses with people who looked effortlessly happy. He had the career, the travels, the seemingly perfect relationship. He had everything I thought I wanted. Each picture, each updates, was a small, sharp sting. It wasn't just that I wanted what he had. It was that his happiness made my own life feel like a failure. My small apartment felt like a prison. My quiet evenings felt like a sign of my social inadequacy. My simple meals were a testament to my financial struggles. The envy grew like a vine, choking the little joys I might have otherwise found in my own day. The turning point wasn't a grand revelation, but a quiet, almost insignificant moment. I was watering my only houseplant, a sturdy little succulent that I had almost forgotten on the windowsill. It wasn't exotic or particularly beautiful, but it was resilient. As I poured the waters, I noticed a tiny new bud, pushing its way out from the side of a mature leaf. It was a sign of life, of quiet, persistent growth, happening right here in my small gray world. I stopped scrolling that evening. Instead, I sat with my plant. I looked at it, really looked at it. For the first time in a long time. It asked for so little. A bit of sun, a few drops of water. And yet it continued to grow, to reach for the light it could find. It wasn't comparing itself to the great trees in the forest or the exotic orchids in a botanical garden. It was simply being itself right where it was. In that moment, I understood. I had been so focused on tending to the garden of another's life, a garden I could only see from a distance, that I had left my own small plot to wither. I was poisoning my own soil with the bitterness of comparison. The freedom Alex was breathing on the mountaintop was not something I could import into my apartment. My joy, my contentment, had to be cultivated right here, in the life I was actually living. The story is about realizing that focusing on the lives of others and the envy that arises from it poisons our ability to see and nurture the quiet, simple beauty of our own existence. True contentment begins when we stop looking out the window at someone else's garden and start tending to the plants in our own rooms. Part 2: True and Sustainable Satisfaction. We often mistake the fleeting excitement of wanting more for a sign of life. We see the highlight reel of someone else's journey and feel a pang, a rush of desire. We think that if we could just have that one thing, that promotion, that vacation, then we would finally arrive at a state of lasting happiness. But this kind of satisfaction is like a firework. It shoots into the sky with a brilliant, dazzling explosion of light and sound. It captures all of our attention, making the quiet night sky seem dull and empty in comparison. But it lasts for only a moment, and then just as quickly, leaving behind only a trail of smoke and a deeper darkness than before. We are then left wanting the next explosion, the next brilliant flash to distract us from the ordinary quiet. True and sustainable satisfaction is not a firework. It is the sun. It isn't loud or explosive. It is constant, steady, and life-giving. It rises every single morning, whether we are paying attention or not. It warms our skin, nourishes the food that we eat, and makes the very air we breathe possible. Its presence is so fundamental that we often take it for granted. We don't post pictures of the daily sunrise with the same breathless excitement as a firework display. The joy that comes from appreciating what you have is like the sun. It is a quiet, steady warmth that comes from within. It is the satisfaction of noticing the taste of your Morning coffee, the comfort of your favorite chair. The sound of rain on the window pane. It doesn't scream for attention. It doesn't require an audience. Internal wellspring of peace that is available to us. If only we would stop searching the sky for the next explosion and instead turn our face towards the warmth that is already here. Chasing envy is exhausting. It is a constant cycle of wanting, getting, and then wanting something new. But cultivating gratitude for what is already present in your life, this is a source of energy that never runs out. It is the sustainable quiet joy that truly nourishes the soul. I invite you just for a moment to gently set down the heavy burden of comparison. It is a weight you were never meant to carry. You do not have to measure the worth of your life against the curated images of another's. Your path is your own, with its own unique terrain, its own quiet streams, and its own hidden clearings of sunlight. The first step is simply to notice, to become aware of the moments when the poison of envy begins to seep in. It often happens when we feel tired, bored, or lonely. In these moments of vulnerability, it is easy to look outside of ourselves for a distraction, and in doing so, we often find reasons to feel that we are not enough. When you feel that familiar pang of comparison, do not judge yourself for it. Do not add a layer of guilt on top of the envy. Simply acknowledge it with kindness. You can say to yourself, "Ah, there is that feeling. The feeling of wanting what is not mine." Breathe, and then gently redirect your attention inward. Ask yourself a simple question. What is one small thing in my life right now that I can be grateful for? It does not have to be something grand. It can be the feeling of the breath entering and leaving your body. It can be the chair that is supporting you. It can be the silence in the room. Find one small tangible thing. Let your attention rest there. Feel the reality of its presence. This is not a trick. It is a turning of the mind. It is the practice of consciously turning your face away from the imagined gardens of others and toward the simple, resilient succulent on your own windowsill. This is how you begin to heal. True contentment is woven from the threads of these small, ordinary moments. It is not found in a distant future achievement. It is discovered right here, in the overlooked details of your daily life. It is in the warmth of the water as you wash your hands, feeling the soap and the cleansing. Rinse, a simple moment of care for your body. It is in the first sip of tea in the morning, the steam rising, the aroma filling your senses, the gentle heat spreading through you. This small personal ritual belongs to you and you alone. It is the feeling of putting on a comfortable pair of socks, a tiny, almost unnoticeable moment of physical well-being. It is the way the light filters through the leaves of a tree outside your window, a complex dance of shadow and green that costs nothing to observe. It is the taste of a piece of fresh fruit, a burst of sweetness and life that grew from the earth. When you listen to a piece of music you love, and for a few minutes, you allow yourself to be completely carried away by the sound, forgetting everything else. These moments are the building blocks of a joyful life. They are the quiet, steady sunlight, not the fleeting fireworks. By intentionally noticing them, by giving them a moment of your full attention, you are actively cultivating a garden of contentment within yourself. You are teaching your mind that everything it needs to feel whole, to feel peaceful, can be found in the profound simplicity of the present moment. Your life is not lacking. It is full of these small, beautiful treasures waiting for you to notice them. Thank you for following the podcast. We will meet again in the next story. Be well.